Welcome back. Some claim that the Western Cape is governed better than other provinces, but residents in and around the mother city have a different story to tell. Ronald Masinda has been visiting some communities as part of our special focus on municipalities. He joins us now live from Cape Town. So, Ronald, tell us about the places you visited and what residents are saying.
Good afternoon, Shahan. Well, we started our visit to Crossroads near Langa, where we heard from residents, and the residents have been protesting for several weeks now over issues of service delivery. More recently, they had issues where they were without electricity for days. That problem seems to be resolved, and they say that follows the visit of Cameron Dugmore, the leader of the opposition in the province, who had to engage with the city and also Eskom to find out what can be resolved in terms of the issue with electricity. But to this morning, they've also been complaining about burst pipes, water pipes that have been running for weeks on end, and they say that they've been calling city officials to fix these issues. They've also been complaining about potholes and damage to the sports field, which is essentially important for the youth to get out of a life of crime. We also visited Mitchell's Plain, where we spoke to elderly people who say that it is unfair for them as pensioners to be made to pay lots of money in terms of the services that they use of the city of Cape Town. They say water especially is quite high for them, so they want to see change. And many people that we spoke to also in Langa saying that under the DA government, nothing much has really changed for people living in poorer communities. We heard from one ward councillor, and this is what he had to say.
If you can just see the living conditions are not on, and look, there is a lot of sewer spillages, which is it does affect us, but then we have to familiarize ourselves with the sewer spillages because it's a day-to-day thing, and by the look of things, there is no permanent solution to it. As you can see in front of us, there is a pipe. That is a temporal solution to what we have.
Is this perhaps self-inflicted, Temelane? Because I ask you that question because many people choose to live Langa because it is, for them, it is the closest township to the CBD. Can they find other ways to perhaps find places suitable, more suitable than here?
I think my take on that, I wouldn't say that they have to move from Langa. The only thing that we need is the city to intervene as soon as possible, because we are sitting with the old buildings, and also the underground structure as well is being affected by that. Because if you can just look around, these buildings are very old, and the capacity of our pipe system, it's too small to the population that we have now. So I cannot just encourage to say to people they can just find other places to live. This is the perfect place for them. All we need is just the city or provincial government to intervene, as they've been promised that it is the best well-run city. So to who? To these people, I don't see that, you know.
And it's quite ironic because all of this unfolded as the DA was holding a press conference.
Yes, indeed. And during that press conference, the DA is calling for government to declare Eskom as a state of disaster. They say that South Africans have been enduring rolling blackouts for nearly 15 years and that this has impacted negatively on the country's economy. The DA also saying, Shahan, that they have suitable solutions to South Africa's crisis when it comes to electricity, and the mayor of Stellenbosch has also said that they are also running an initiative where they are helping people from poor communities to get renewable energy. This is what she had to say about that.
Certainly there's inequality all over, we must acknowledge that, but this will apply to all communities equally, because as I said earlier when I did the interview, they are the hardest hit, and you can be assured we'll do it for all the communities, and there will be no communities that will be singled out. In fact, richer communities can look after themselves much better. They can buy generators and they can afford other measures. So the first port of call will be our very poor communities.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. Our reporter Ronald Masinda is in Cape Town.